And welcome to this week's EFT sequence. I thought I would do this sequence on a topic that can be a bit difficult for mothers to overcome when they become mothers, and that is changing friendships. So whether that is losing friends because you become a parent and they haven't yet, or choose not to become parents, or simply because you become busy and they also have children and they become busy so you don't have enough time for each other, or because they live away, they move away, or you move away and you're apart, or because you form friendships with other parents that your children are close to their children. There's lots of reasons that as your kids grow and as you go through your parenting journey, you may have different parenting styles. There's lots of reasons that your relationships then may change from the people that you were friends with prior to having kids. And that can bring up all sorts of emotions and different things. So I thought I would do a tapping sequence on that today. So as always, I suggest that you have some water with you. I also suggest that you have a notepad so that you can write down on a scale of 1 to 10 the intensity of the emotions that you're having around this topic prior to the tapping session, and then also write down the intensity after the tapping session. We are aiming to get to 0 or as low as possible after the tapping session. So we will start on the side of the hand. So even though I'm having all of these emotions around my changed friendships, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though my friendships have changed due to my parenting journey, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm having lots of feelings and thoughts about my friendships, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. My friendships aren't what they once were. And I feel sad about that. I no longer have the time that I used to give to these relationships. And I feel guilty about that. I don't seem to have the same things in common with the friends that I used to have. And that feels heavy in my body. I had kids, and my friendships seemed to change. And that makes me feel sad. I don't see my friends as often as I would like. We never seem to be able to find the same days to be able to catch up. I always seem to be too busy. They seem to be doing different things to me. We just don't seem to have the same things in common anymore. They seem to have new friends. And I've got new friends as well now. And it's not that I don't love them anymore. And I would love to see them. It's just that life gets in the way sometimes. Just always so busy with the kids. And I always have the best of intentions to call them, to book in a coffee date. We message and try to make plans for dinner. But it just seems so hard to get the same date free. Just seems too hard. And so I feel really guilty. And I feel really sad. But we're all just so busy. And I really miss them, and I hope they know that. And it's really hard to let go of what once was. And it feels really hard to accept these changes in these friendships. And this sadness sits in my body. And this guilt sits in my body. And it feels heavy. All these sadness over these changes in my relationships. This sadness over going separate ways. Over this drifting apart. This unwanted drifting that just seems to have happened. Because life just seems so busy. And sometimes it just seems easier to catch up with people that I happen to see every day at school drop-off or at kids' sporting events. And I feel guilty. And I feel sad. Sad about these changes in my friendships. And it feels heavy in my body. This guilt and this sadness. and this inability to accept these changes. Just makes me feel so sad. And it makes me wonder if there's more that I can do. If there's a way that I can prioritize and make more time. And then that brings up the guilt. And that feels heavy too. And so I wonder, how can I change this situation? What can I do to show my friends that I do still love them? And explain to them the phase of life that I'm in right now. Maybe it's just a matter of a small reach out to them, just to explain this. Maybe it's just sending a message, just to tell them that I'm thinking about them and that I do regularly. And that for right now needs to be enough. And maybe for now I need to remind myself that this is a stage of my life, and that I can choose to forgive myself, because I'm not a terrible person. I am in a stage of my life that is very busy. And I am trying my very best in a time where a lot of my energy is devoted to little people that don't have the capability to care for themselves completely. And they need me to do that for them. And that it's okay if that energy needs to go there right now. And I can remove the guilt that I'm feeling over my changed friendships by reminding myself that I am doing my best. And that one day there will be a time when I can give that energy to my friends with as much love as I can. And in the meantime, I will give them as much as I can now. even if that isn't as much as what it used to be. And while right now it may just be a message, a text message here and there, or a catch up at Christmas for dinner, that is what I can do right now. And I'll choose to release the sadness so that on the few occasions we can catch up, I can enjoy them completely. And fully take in the joy of those times and be present in the joy of those times, even if they are few and far between. And I will choose to trust that if there are people in my life that I see more regularly now, because I'm on a parenting journey, it's because they are the people that I need in my life right now. And they are in my life for a reason. And they're who the universe has put in my life right now for this season. And that I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, who I'm exactly meant to be with. And I choose to trust in that. And I choose to believe that my friends love me for me, and they support me, and they understand me, and they understand where I'm at in life, and they hold no judgment, just as I love them and I support them and I hold no judgment of them wherever they're at in life, and I accept them for wherever they're at in life, and I appreciate them for whatever energy and time they can give me as well. And I'm here for that, for whatever they can give. And so, having reminded myself of all of that, I choose to release any guilt, and I choose to release any sadness from my body and mind and spirit, knowing that it does not serve me and it does not serve my friendships. And that I am loved no matter what, because my friendships are real and genuine, and there is no need for guilt or apologizing in them because they are true friendships. There's no need for that from me, and there's no need for that from my friends. And having said that, I release all of that guilt and sadness now with acceptance and trust that everything is just as it should be. Just take a deep breath in. So I hope that sequence has released any challenging or strong emotions you might be having around the subject of friendships and changes that your friendships might have had during this parenting journey. And until we tap again, please take care.